I thought my husband and I were on the same page about boundaries. We have a cozy little home, our own routines, and like most people, we enjoy our privacy. But last night, he shattered that peace with a single sentence. My boss is staying the night. Let me set the scene. It was a regular weekday evening. I had just finished cleaning up after dinner, mentally preparing to unwind with a book and some tea. My husband, Mark, had been acting a little off all day, glancing at his phone, pacing and muttering to himself. Then, just as I settled onto the couch, he dropped the bomb. Oh, by the way, I told Mr. Carter he could crash here tonight. Mr. Carter, his boss, a man I had never met, never spoken to, and certainly never invited into my home. I blinked at Mark, waiting for him to laugh and say he was joking. He did not. Instead, he looked at me expectantly, as if I was supposed to leap up and start fluffing pillows. "Excuse me?" I said, setting my book down. "Yeah, his flight got cancelled, and all the hotels nearby are booked because of that convention downtown. He didn't know where to go, so I told him he could stay here." I stared at him, waiting for some kind of "and I should have asked you first" follow-up. Nothing. "Mark," I said carefully, "we don't even have a guest room." "We have the couch," he countered. "It's just for one night." I could feel my eye twitching. "Why didn't you ask me first?" Mark sighed like I was the one being unreasonable. "It was last minute, and I didn't think you'd mind." "You're always saying we should be more hospitable." Hospitable? Yes, inviting a stranger, his boss of all people, to sleep in our living room with zero notice? Absolutely not. But it was already happening. 10 minutes later, there was a knock at the door, and just like that, my home was no longer my own. Enter Mr. Carter, the human hurricane. I expected someone stiff and corporate-looking, maybe even a little apologetic. Instead, I got a towering man with a booming voice, a leather duffel bag, and the energy of an over-caffeinated motivational speaker. "Wow, what a cozy place. You two must love it here," he bellowed, dropping his bag right in the middle of the hallway. Mark beamed. "Yeah, we. Is that coffee I smell?" Oh man, I'd kill for a cup. It was not coffee. It was my vanilla-scented candle. But before I could correct him, he had already wandered toward the kitchen. I looked at Mark. He gave me a sheepish shrug. For the next 3 hours, my home became an office holiday party gone wrong. Mr. Carter talked non-stop stories about his wild days in college, detailed breakdowns of office drama, and, of course, unsolicited career advice for Mark. Every time I thought the conversation was winding down, he'd find another topic. Finally, at nearly midnight, I stood up. "Well, it's been a long day." "Absolutely. A long day deserves a nightcap." He clapped his hands and turned to Mark. "Got anything stronger than water?"